let us come together and engage in critical thinking, creative thinking, innovative thinking. Let's call it Meaningful African to be the surgeon of the day by sharing their story with us so that we can all learn from them. And that is why we have the mind surgery today. And without not wasting time, we will dive into wait, we'll, we'll dive into it immediately. And we'll dive into it. I know that we are we're currently streaming on the YouTube too, and this is the Spark Hub. Let us share the link with our friends and family while we wait. Let us share the link with our friends and family while we wait. Let's have our promo video right now. Over to you, Cluster and Coyote Oyedo.
Don't miss your chance to grow with us. Thank you everyone for listening. You're welcome into
Life.
Dennis.
Transform your mind and you will transform your life. Is the mind surgery revolution. Thank you, Cluster and Olukayode Oyedotun. Now, without wasting time, we want to bring up our surgeon of the day. You know, the surgeon of the day is no other person than, you know, Mr. Brian Akivaga. You know, Mr. Brian Akivaga is here already, is the surgeon of the day. Mr. Brian, you can unmute yourself. We want to open the floor to you. Okay. Maybe no, before Mr. Brian comes up, let me hand over the baton to the 002 Mind Surgery Revolution to introduce Mr. Brian to us, to usher Mr. Brian in and for our introduction. President Susan, over to you.
Thank you very much. 001, President of the Global Clusters. I can't see Brian here. Is he here? Unless my sister is not okay.
He's here. He's here.
Okay. Allow me to introduce Brian. Brian is the CTO of Development Tracking Tools, an adventure I happened to found. And I would just want him to introduce himself, talk about himself, and then dive deeper into telling us about clicks to clarity, meaning we would want to have that digital mindset that will trigger our transformation. So welcome, Brian.
Mr. Brian, kindly use the unmute button to unmute yourself, and the floor is yours. You are the surgeon of the day. You unmute, the unmute button is at the right down part of the screen, and you can open your video. Let's see you while you talk to us. Mr. Brian, are you there? You need, if you're talking, we can't hear you. You need to unmute and you need to open your camera. Mr. Brian, if you're facing any difficulties, maybe you exit and you come in again. But beside the red button, you will see the microphone, okay. Okay.
He must be facing some technological.
I think it's in again. All right, you can open your camera too. All right. So we can see you right now. It will be good for you to face your face is a bit dark. There is a window beside you. If you can face the window, it will be very good so that the light can, give you a good resolution to your face. Face the window. It can give you a good resolution. Like you're looking at the window. Open the camera again. Open your camera. You are muted again. You need to unmute and open your camera. Hello, Mr. Brian. All right, very good. We can see you clearly now.
Yeah. Okay, thank you so much.
Just that I think
I'm
the
sorry
network
for
of
the
the place is not too good. All right, go ahead.
Okay, my name is Brian. I'm the CTO at Development Tracking Tools, and I'm also an educator who has a great interest in technology. So for the past years, for the past 7 years, I've been an educator trying to educate children and young minds about technology. Yeah, so in today's hyper-connected world, we are surrounded by clicks, constant interactions with devices and other digital tools. And yet this access alone does not equal to transformation. Clarity comes in when individuals and communities develop the right digital mindset, one that can move beyond consumption to creation, problem solving, and critical thinking. So the discussion we're going to have today is how shifting mindsets from passive users of technology to active innovators, and how we can unlock real transformation in education and careers at large, and even our African communities, especially in the emerging digital ecosystems in Africa. So my journey as an educator, a web developer, and an edtech strategist reflects this exact transition from clicking to creating clarity. So my work in teaching coding and robotics and also digital skills to young learners positions me at the center of digital transformation at the very grassroots levels. So from digital consumption to digital creation, most of our learners today are digitally exposed, but they are not digitally empowered. They have access to technology, but they still don't have, they still haven't gotten the right mentorship to stay focused on building the technology instead of just being passive consumers. So the right mindset shift would require learners to move from just scrolling through media to solving real world problems. So in teaching coding and robotics, the learners get to be transformed from consumers of applications into creators of solutions. And it goes without saying that when something begins at the grassroots level, it grows as a culture within that individual, and they tend to become better at it with time. So early exposure builds confidence. It also creates, it also builds creativity and also provides the capacity for innovation. There is a study that showed that right now a 10-year-old has got access to information more than Bill Gates was when he was inventing Microsoft. And that is the exact driving force that I have as a person, and I would like to inject in the minds of each and every individual that digital transformation begins when a child realizes what they once only consumed. So the technology alone does not transform the minds of the children, but rather educators do. So how can teachers integrate artificial intelligence, for instance, coding and digital tools meaningfully to and not just technically, in order to support systems that would guide, that would provide the right mentorship for the children to adopt a digital mindset. So over the years, I've also been training teachers to use ICT tools in class and to use artificial intelligence, which is now the current sessions that I'm having in classroom. And they should also by the end of such a training, the educators will be able to design interactive and project-based learning experiences, and to shift from information deliverers and to enhance the learning experience skills through EdTech. Digital clarity means aligning with the skills of the future of the future of work. So the core digital skills that young learners need today are the ones that can position them to compete globally in the career space. And how can African education systems leapfrog from being passive consumers into using EdTech to transform? How can we transform ourselves from clicks to clarity? That's the major question that we should be asking ourselves. So in programs like web development, robotics, and basics of artificial intelligence and digital creativity, the learners will acquire skills that will not just help them seek jobs, but they will also be able to create opportunities for themselves. And in order to have a community-centered digital empowerment, we need to think of transformation as not just individual, but as we should rather think of it as collective. So the main discussion angle here is how can digital skills uplift entire communities, and what role do EdTech initiatives play in bridging the digital divide? Like, how can we enhance technology in education in order to achieve initiatives that will play the bridging the gap in the digital divide? So my contribution has been building community-based learning programs and the platforms to support digital navigation and growth. So when one child learns to code, for instance, a future changes, and they get to view the world in a different way. They get to view the world as creators and innovators, and not just consumers of what has already been made. And that is one way of emphasizing on from clicks to clarity. So when communities learn, generations transform. And the mindset shift that we should have that should trigger real transformation should be to move from click to clarity. We need to cultivate curiosity. We need to be asking why and how. We need to have learners and young minds that can be asking why and how, not just consuming anything without these questions at the back of their minds. So we should also have our learners enhance their creativity in building and experimenting. We should also have critical thinkers through our curricula that we are teaching in schools. We should be able to integrate creativity in the programs that we are offering in order for them to be building and experimenting on what really matters. And in order to enhance critical thinking, evaluating digital information should also be given a key priority. Like, they should not just be exposed to this technology anyhow. They should have clarity that should be able to propel them to be able to seek knowledge through the avenues that are required. And we as individuals are the ones who are going to orchestrate that mindset shift. And we should also enhance confidence in believing that by the kids believing in themselves, by believing that they can create real world solutions. And also in collaboration, because since this is not something that can be done by an individual, it should be something that should be done collectively. And also the learners should also be encouraged to collaborate and learn by building together, coming up with solutions together. And as a matter of fact, digital tools are everywhere, but transformation is not everywhere. So the difference lies in the mindset. And if you can empower young minds to think, create, and innovate with technology, we don't just prepare them for the future, we enable them to shape the future. So we should continue to raise digital consumers, or we should are we going to continue raising digital consumers, or are we going to raise digital creators? Are we going to transform clicks into clarity? Because the future does not belong to those who click the fastest. The future belongs to those who can think the deepest, create the boldest, and act with clarity. So it is my call to help the young minds, and let us begin from the grassroots, and also ourselves as individuals. Let us move beyond clicks. Let us build clarity. Let us trigger transformation. And in line with that, I've been able to come up with a program that aims at educating at least 100,000 young kids, that is from the age of 6 up to the age of 17, to be able to transform their mindsets from being consumers of technology into creators of technology. So I'm calling upon individuals who have a like mindset to join hands with me into educating at least 100,000 young minds from the age of 6 to 17, and walk them through the journey, and also hold their hands and give them the right mentorship as they move from one level to another, and them become better individuals that will transform the society. And this goal is aimed at being achieved by 2032. So I'm calling upon like-minded individuals to help us transform clicks into clarity. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Over to you, Cluster and Susan.
Thank you very much, Brian, for your submission. And I would like to just hand over to the rest of the members who are present to give their submission on this. Global Clusters is looking at empowering young minds, young people, millions of young people in this technological innovation. So we also need to think about our children because it starts from them. So that's my takeaway. And then we need to move from being consumer-minded, because there are so many digital tools around, to the creators of technology. So those are my main two takeaways. So I would like to hand over to members to give in their submissions. I can see here, I can see Olayika, I can see Pastor Chef. Yeah. To share your submissions.
All right. It's a great one. And I think our surgeon of the day was hammering on largely on digital literacy. And, The whole of Africa is about 1.4 to 1.5 billion people. And I can say that digital literacy is a no-brainer. Every day, we all have something to do with digital literacy. We are all here today due to the fact that we're using our gadgets, and we need to be digital literate to be able to be part of what we're doing here. Having said that, I want to be calling on people to give their take. And the first person I'm going to call is Clusterian Olukayode Oyedotun, all the way from the United Kingdom. I know you're the OO2 Certificate Revolution of the Global Clusters. What's your take concerning the Surgeon of the Day? Clusterian Kayode Oyedotun.
Thank you very much, sir. Our global president of the Global Clusters. Thank you so much for this great platform. Thank you so much for all you do to contribute positively to humanity. Thank you so much, sir. A great shout out to our Global Clusters First Lady, Grituma, for your great support in person of Mrs. Motunaya Badmos. I greet the 001 of my surgery, the 002 of my surgery. I greet you, Mark. Thank you so much for all you do. Our mind surgeon of the day, Mr. Brian, thank you so much for that wonderful lecture for today's mind surgery revolution. We can all resonate with what you are talking about, because one of the reasons why we are all able to connect on here is because of digital connection, and we are here by clicking on one app or one link or the other before we were able to all be together in this room. So, according to what you have shared with us today, we should all learn to, use our clicking in the digital world to be a creator. And one of our Global Clusters Revolution, which is the certificate revolution that we hold on Friday, we have been sharing that we need to create more producers, not consumers. And I believe that also aligns with what the Mind Surgeon has told us today. In this digital economy, in this digital world that we live in today, the best way, uh, to contribute is to be a creator and not to be just a consumer. On Friday, I shared with us that there is something going on in the whole world now that they call doom scrolling, whereby people just scroll from one page, from one app to another. But the Mind Surgeon is sharing with us that why don't we take our time to make our click on the digital world valuable by using it to teach the young ones, by using it to enlighten ourselves and educate ourselves. So our Mind Surgeon of the day has hammered on what we talk about in the certificate revolution, which is honing digital skills. So we all need to have at least one or two digital skills that solve real problem, and create also opportunities for people. The digital world is a very big world, and there's room for everybody if we all take the right position instead of being just a consumer. If we become producer, then we'll be able to grow our community more, we'll be able to educate our younger ones more, and also we'll be able to create more digital assets rather than just consuming other people's assets. So that will be my contribution on today's mind surgery revolution of the day. Everybody should be very conscious of their click and make sure that their click is valuable and is giving purpose as well, and not just consuming datas from other sources. Thank you very much, sir.
You have been an advocate for the digital literacy, being a certificate person, advocating for skill acquisition among our young ones. It's a great one to hear from you this morning on today's Mind Surgery Revolution. Let's have Pastor Chef, Sparky Pastor Chef. Pastor Chef, you have had our Mind Surgeon of the day, and he has talked extensively on digital literacy today. What's your take? What's your take on today's Mind Surgery concerning the digital literacy space? What's your take on this? Sparky, Pastor Chef. Kindly unmute yourself and add your voice. Chef, are you there? Okay, Pastor Chef is not ready right now. Let's get Sparky Dennis. Sparky Dennis, what's your take on today's mind surgery concerning the digital revolution? Where the global cluster through the Spark Hub is ready to do 1 billion by between now and the next 2030, and there is a vision to revolutionize the whole of Africa on digital revolution between now and 2032, and we are aligning ourselves in that space. What's your take on what Sparky Bryan said this morning, the surgeon of the day?
Thank you very much. I hope everybody can hear me clearly. Thank you very much, 001. Thank you very much, 002. Thank you very much, team, and Surgeon of the Day, Brian. Thank you very much. You have presented something very apt for me, and it's very timely. Clicks to clarity. And I am so much interested in it because it resonates with what I am trying to work on at the moment, given the advent of AI. And I'm trying to ask myself, with the AI, what then are we teaching children in school, and how are we making them adapt to the AI? Because soon, I know, when I was in school, we were not allowed to use gadgets like calculators. The only thing you were allowed to use was the log table, the log table. And now today in secondary schools, I can see children, first of all, you cannot be admitted if you don't have a calculator. During my time, calculator was a big crime. Today, it is a necessity, it is wanted. Without it, you will not be admitted. Those who are in the university today, you must have your laptop with you. Now, this tells you something, that AI is going to be very, very critical. It's going to be a critical component of future life. And now there is need to align our children and all learners, not only children, even the grown-ups must align to AI. I don't think it's something that we are going to wish away. We have to align to it. But then, now that AI is there and you can easily access ChatGPT, then how or what are the children being taught? What are people being taught? How are they going to align to this? That is a question I've been having in mind, and I had already started drafting and researching and drafting so that I would have something to write on and share with the public to see how we align our children and learners, despite the fact that AI is there. So it means also, what kind of jobs can people go for? The jobs that are going to be safe, because I know some jobs are definitely going to go. There have been fear that AI will take our jobs, but true, with every technological development or advancement, some jobs normally go. But if you're in a job that can go, how then do you adapt? How then do you align? So, Surgeon Bryan, I have a question that I would ask. You have talked about community-based learning programs that you are creating, and as a development communicator or a development communication practitioner, I'm very much interested in knowing what are the frameworks that you have, because I know in Africa, when you talk about communities, we normally just think about the rural areas where resources are so limited. So if that is the community that you're talking about, then what are the frameworks that you're going to use to ensure that these community-based learning programs can actually transform 100,000 children to be digital creators? I think I'm very much interested in that, because I want to create a narrative that is sellable, that can also sell this and scale it up. Thank you.
Sparky Dennis. Hello.
Hello, I'm here. Did you get me?
Yes, we got you. We got you. We got you. Oh, have you concluded? Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for that great conclusion. Thank you very much. God bless you. Let's have Sparky Philip. What's your take on the digital revolution of that our Surgeon of the Day said today? What's your own take on it, please? Sparky Philip, over to you, please.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, everyone. To all the amiable Sparkies in the house, I greet everybody. Good morning. Though I joined late, so I missed most of the
discussion is on digital revolution. And you know the Global Clusters have launched through the Spark Hub. No, February 10, 2026, we launched 1 billion digital literacy in Africa. And we have ignited 7 million in Nigeria. And the Surgeon of the Day is actually mentioning the relevancy in digital revolution for Africa and what it can do. What is your own opinion?
Hello, boss. Someone needs to mute, please. There's an echo. If you're not speaking, please kindly mute your microphone. Thank you. Go ahead, please.
So that is what we're talking about. So please add your voice to that. So the essence of what we're saying this morning, what the surgeon actually, explained about digital. What's your take on that, please, Sparky Philip?
Okay, sir. Thank you so much, sir, for throwing more light on it. So my take on digital revolution in Africa and in Nigeria as a whole, first is that we should open our mind to adopt it, that digital revolution has come to stay. All the digital tools that we are opportune to have, they have come to stay, even including the global clusters and the Spark Hub. These are part of digital tools that we have, because these are things that we can use to make our life better and more easier, even with the use of AI, with the use of other tools that we have, like some apps that you can use to do web design or create anything. Now, pertaining to our personal jobs, I think one of the reasons why we need to be digitally inclined is for us to know how we can adopt this into our personal life and into our business. Whatever we do, the digital space has something for you that you can jump on. Like, I was speaking to one woman this morning, and she said she heard our program on radio and she's interested that I should explain all that we do. I explained everything to her, and she said she's only interested in the Project ARE. I said, okay, no problem. I explained Project ARE to her. When I'm done, I go back to the Spark Hub. I explained the Spark Hub to her. I told her the benefit and everything. And I told her that I understand the fact that you said you are not interested in the Spark Hub, but can you tell your children about the Spark Hub? Because I believe it will be of help to them. She now said, oh, that's good. Then I now explain everything to her again. She now asks again, what will be the benefit if the children enroll? I make her to understand that your children are going to benefit because they will know more about digital, because the world is going digital now. So they'll be able to align, and they will be able to be separated from their friend. Once you are digital literate in this age and time, you are already one step ahead of your peers. You're already a step ahead, because things that they cannot do, they will come to you, help me to do this. Meanwhile, they have a phone. They can easily do that thing on their phone by themselves. But because of lack of knowledge of being a digital literate person, they will be looking for solution. They will be looking for help. Meanwhile, they can provide the help by themselves. I make her to understand that. And I told her the monetary part of it as well, because I could see that she's just after what she can do and she'll be getting return. I now told her that even on the Spark Hub, your children can make money. Number one, once they finish the free courses, they qualify for the advanced course, and they finish that. Once they get their certificate, they can use it to get a remote job. They can use the certificate to get a remote job anywhere in the world, and that way they are making money already. Another way to make money on the Spark Hub is you can bring somebody in, guide the person through the process, and once the person to finish the advanced course, the person can earn 10,000 naira per person. And I told her that imagine if your child understand all this and he now started bringing his friends in. If he can do for 10 of his friends, that's 100,000 naira. And if he can do more than that, it's 10,000 naira per person. All he needs to do is to apply for BDM on the Spark Hub, that I will be here to put out through the process. And she said, oh, that's fine. That I should send all these details to her on WhatsApp. So these are things that I was attending to. That was I was not able to come in on time. So what am I bringing this year is the fact that to emphasize more on the benefits of digital revolution in Africa and in Nigeria. Because now a lot of people that are into coding or whatever things that you are doing, with the help of AI, you can actually get most of all these things done at the comfort of your home. You know, when I tell people that, do you know that with AI, you can improve your business? Somebody selling pepper will ask me what does AI has to do with my business? That is why you need to come and join the digital world where you can learn, then we can train you. But if you don't know, you'll be looking for solutions somewhere else. If you're a fashion designer, AI can help you. If you're a doctor, AI can help you. No matter what it is that you are doing, the scheme is not designed to take our job. The scheme is designed to enhance our job and to make our job a little bit more easier for us and to make us to achieve more within a short period of time. So these are things that we all need to know and to learn. And these are the advantage of this digital world that we are all going into. We can be able to connect to the world in one place. In one place, we can be speaking to people in 10 different countries. So that is time management. That has made you to achieve a whole lot of things in one day. Gone are the days where you want to see somebody in Ikeja, you have to travel down there. You want to see somebody in UK, you have to travel down there. With the help of digital literacy and help of AI and every other thing that we have, even the Spark Hub, you can connect to people anywhere in the world. Now I can speak with Koseran Kayode here. He's in UK. I can speak with him on the Spark Hub and I can see him, he can see me. So these are the benefits that we have. What we need to do is to just take advantage of this and see how we can start making money from this. That is why we have to use our brain. I was listening to someone on radio and the guy was like, this AI thing, everybody needs to be careful because it's not going to allow you to think well. You now depend on AI. I was like, I wish I can call in and correct this guy because you are just passing the wrong information to the people. AI can never reduce your level of thinking. AI will give you results based on your own level of thinking. The way you use AI, that is the way it's going to respond to you. The way I will use AI, that's the way it's going to respond to me. If how do I mean? You can give two people a research. Let them tell the two of them that use AI for your response. Use AI for your response. Both of them are going to come out with different responses to you because it is what you put in AI. That's what it's going to give to you. So you need to have education. You need to know how to use it. It's like somebody driving a car. You can both be driving the same model of car and the speed on which both of us are going to operate on will be different because it depends on the way, the skills we both have and how you can use it. The same Toyota Camry, the same 2010 model, but you see that one is faster than the other. Both of them are brand new. In fact, produced the same day, but put them on the road, one will be ahead of the other. Is it that it's the car that has problem? No, it's the driver. That is the way AI is for us. It's the way you use it. It is what you put into it. That's what you are going to get. And that is why there is need for us to learn it. It's not based on what people are telling you. We all need to learn, understand, know how to use it, know the application. Of course, everything that has the good side have the bad side of it. So that is my take on it. It's a good thing that is happening to every one of us. We should just take advantage of it and use it to the best, or to our advantage. Let me put it that way. We should use it to our advantage, and we should not focus on the negative ones. It's just that those that are using it on the negative side, they are the one making the loudest noise. But then I believe that the better part of it will still prevail. Thank you, and thanks everyone for listening. Thank you, sir.
This is spectacular. This is amazing.
This is spectacular. This is amazing.
Contribution, and Sparky Philip actually, pieces it and let people know the benefit of joining the Global Cluster Spark Up. The Spark Up is a digital engine that is ready to revolutionize the whole of Africa. You understand? It's ready to revolutionize the whole of Africa. I see Sparky Itam here. I don't know if Sparky Pastor Shev, are you there? Sparky Itam, you're welcome. I know you are a popular fan of the mind surgery revolution of the global clusters. Today, we're talking about digital literacy, the revolution in Africa, what the global cluster is doing, 1 billion digital literacy. We're talking about the aim of empowering the whole of Africa on digital literacy between now and 2030, 2032. So what's your own take? What do you think about this digital literacy? What will be your submission, or do you have any question concerning it? Kindly unmute yourself and talk to us, Sparky Itam.
Good morning. Good morning, everyone.
Excellent morning to you, ma'am.
Hello, can I be heard?
Yes, we can hear you loud and
Am
clear.
I
Go ahead,
clear?
ma'am.
100%.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, we can hear
Okay.
you.
Morning to you too.
Oh. Hello, good morning.
We can hear you, ma'am. Go ahead, please.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Thank you so much. I joined when the mind surgeon of the day had already finished, but listening to Sparky Philip, who just concluded before you called on me, I believe that, I do understand fully well what it is we're talking about. I know that's the whole essence of mind surgery, to revolutionize our mindsets and all of that, particularly now in the digital era. Yes, I so much agree with all that Sparky Phillips has said, because truly and truly, it is what you prompt the AI with that AI will deliver. For me, my experience with the AI, it has not brought my reasoning down in that. It has really not made me lazy. Instead, it has challenged me so much, because sometimes I just say, oh, let me test what AI will say on this matter. And when I see the result, I'm like, why am I not able to reason out this way? So I have started challenging myself. Sometimes I do my own work myself and I give myself a thumbs up. Then I say, okay, let me still send it to AI. Let me hear what AI will say. And by the time AI, adjusts everything, resets it, I'm like, oh my goodness, I just learned something now. So I am indeed, in agreement with this digital literacy move of the Spark Club. Yes, I am 100% into it, because I also work with teenagers, so I know that this is their thing, this is their time. Even me as an elder, I know that it is working so well for me, not to talk of them who are the teenagers and the youth. So I do agree 100% that this is a time nobody should be found, sitting on the fence. You should really be in, and we should try and let as many people as possible know what it is that we're doing. I always enjoy these sessions Monday mornings. I'm so sad that I couldn't join in early. But when I joined, I heard a question that question has not been addressed. The Sparky who was speaking, unfortunately, I didn't really pick his name, but he asked a question. He said, when the mind surgeon for the day was talking about community, that in our own setting, when we say community, usually we are referring to the rural setting. So which community is he talking about? And if it is the rural setting where things are not so easy to get, talking about amenities, what would he suggest? What would he say, could be done to help those in such communities? I did hear us address that, because we might need to talk to one or two people who are not in the urban locations. We should be able to back ourselves up with ready answers for their concerns. Thank you so much.
That is a great contribution there. And that is why, if you look at our structure at the global cluster, if you look at our concept at the global cluster, we said that we will make sure we get into the streets. We will not just say, oh, we have announced in the state. And that was why when we launched the state 10th of February, we launched Surulere at 26th of February. And we are coming back to Surulere. We are not done yet with Surulere. We're going to launch each LCDAs. We're going to launch each ward. We're going to launch each street. And that is the ideology. It's so that it can get to the root of it. We actually want to get to the root of it, because we observe that in every society, the digital space is capable of engaging all of us, even in the whole of Africa, the over 1.4 billion African people. The digital space is capable of engaging us. But it depends what we want to do, the career path we want to pick on it. Either I want to pick the data analysis part, or cybersecurity part, or the AI expert part, or coding. Coding has different angles to it. Or you want to pick the hardware part, even the gadget that is being used to disseminate this digital, literacy and all of that. So thank you very much. And we're working on it. Between now and 2030, we are really, really working vigorously on it. Every nation is working on it. All the people here knows about it already. And as we speak, we're televising on YouTube at the same time on the Spark Hub. I can see the grand entrance of the 001 Global Security Cluster of the Global Clusters, all the way from the United Kingdom, retired Colonel Michael Sagbenga Oshin of the Global Clusters. Thanks for all you do to contribute positively to humanity. You're going to add your voice shortly onto the mind surgery. But before then, I want to call on Clusterian Farex, the 001 360 and Beyond Moral Network of the Global Clusters. What's your take on today's mind surgery revolution? Clusterian Farex.
Good morning, Badmos. Thank you, Sparky Dennis, Sparky Susan, Sparky Kayode, our spokesperson. Thank you very much. And Sparky, okay, I think Sparky Brian, Sparky Philip, thank you for that amazing summation. Sparky Etam, thank you, ma'am. And I want to also thank retired Colonel Benga Oshin. Thank you, sir, for all you do. Pastor Chef, my amazing encourager, you understand. Thank you. And my summation, be your own mind surgeon, okay? Although I joined later, this is my understanding, okay? Your mind is your control center. If you don't manage it, your environment, okay, especially the digital space, will shape it for you, all right? Being your own mind surgeon means observing your thoughts, questioning your beliefs, and correcting what is not helping, you grow. not every thought is true, and not every belief is worth keeping. Not every belief is worth keeping. So in times like this, where digital influence is constant, digital literacy becomes essential. You must learn to filter information, use software and platforms wisely, and stay focused despite distractions. I keep telling people that if you take advantage of the spark hubs. Sorry, I have my voice is somehow. I have will I say, is it cold now? What's it called? So sorry. I keep telling them that you can take advantage of this platform. You can have your conference or meetings, and it's unlimited. Like if you're going to run for 4 hours, fine. 5 hours is not going to take you out for as long as you want to stay there. All right. So also finally, network. Please, am I being heard? Okay.
Yes,
all
we
right.
can hear you.
Please, am I being heard?
Yes, we can hear you, CP.
All right. So
yes, we can hear you.
All right. Thank you. Also, with the rise of AI in this era, it is important to adapt. AI can improve learning, increase productivity, and expand opportunities, but only if you use it intentionally and wisely. Sparky Phillips said that he was just thinking, if only I can just intercept or just call this guy, and I understand. I can relate. People talk. Some people talk ignorantly. They just talk based on what they know, or what hearsay. They said. Then talk say now waiting this person talk be this, and you're not trying to find out. You've not done any research. You're just there, and this is what I have been told. Then what is it bad if you try to verify, or to is this thing, is it really true? Okay, so now we have artificial intelligence. You can take advantage. Sparky Philip already expanded, he already explained one of two. So I don't want to talk too much. I just want to say that everyone listening in, not necessarily people right here now. I mean, people here now, okay? I'm talking about people who will be maybe getting this maybe much later. So don't limit yourself. Don't think that, AI, this AI is going to disrupt what I am doing, or it's not going to help me. You is because you have not found out, or you have not made out time to you've not made out time to use it the proper way you should, the proper way you're supposed to use it. And finally, I was watching, I was listening to somebody, and the guy was saying AI does not, or chat GPT does not understand, cannot read your mind. It reads prompts, is what you have put in there. If you don't know how to use, if you don't know how to prompt it or give it, it is what you put there that you will get. So the guy was telling the other guy, no, the problem is not artificial intelligence. It is not chat GPT's fault. It's your fault. It's the way you have organized. It's what you have, the code you have given it. That's, or the prompts. So for me, it comes down to one question: is this thought helping me or limiting me? All right. So if I can take charge of my mind, both offline and online, I can take better charge of my life. Thank you very much.
If I can take charge of my mind, I can take charge of my life. If I can take charge of my mind, I can take charge of my life. That is the final word of Cluster and Forex, the 001, the 360 and beyond moral network of the global clusters. Sparky Chefs, I don't know if you're there, but if you're there, you need to unmute and add your voice quickly before we round up. Our time is fast spent, but let me go to the 001 Global Security Cluster of the Global Clusters. Today, we have a mind surgeon, that is Paki Brian, and he has talked to us about digital literacy, the importance of it, the revolutionary vision, of every African child to be digital literacy inclined. So what's your take, on this? Colonel Michael Gbenga Ocean, retired, the 001 Global Security Cluster of the Global Clusters. What's your take on this, sir? Colonel, sir, are you there?
I had a little bit of technical glitch. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you loud and clear.
Excellent. Good morning, everyone.
Yes, sir.
I joined a little bit late.
Sorry, sir. In case you're speaking, we cannot hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now, sir.
Right. Yeah. First and foremost, I'd like to acknowledge the presence of His Excellency and all Clusterians and Sparkies here present. It's an absolute pleasure to be able to join you this morning. As a lot of you know, I don't always have the privilege of joining a morning session because I run myself ragged, as His Excellency knows, running up and down, trying to beat the world at its own game. But we give all glory to God. I'd like to thank everyone who turned up on Saturday for what I can only class as a fantastic mind surgery session from the security sphere. And I am hoping that a lot of people took plenty home with them in that regard. Digital literacy. Well, to be honest with you guys, I think we've been on this for a while now, asking and begging and hoping that people would see it for what it is. And I'm still hoping and praying that eventually it will resonate with a lot more people, and they will realize that the world has turned and a lot of things have moved with it. And we are now in an age where things like digital literacy, we're no longer using slates and chalk. A lot of us are, we're no longer using blackboards, where a lot of things are now on your phones, your tablets, etc. And as Ferez pointed out, where digital literacy is concerned, you actually do have better access to information if you make yourself digitally literate. Because it is an advantage for you. And nowadays, in today's market, a lot of employers want to know that you are digitally literate, because you will, most especially in interviews, show them that you are a really good communicator, because your communication helps you as an individual to communicate through things like emails, social media, and other digital platforms, in the most appropriate ways, and these are areas where, like I say, a lot of people, because they're so old fashioned and they're so old in their ways of thinking, seem to forget that, we are no longer ruled by, this is how we used to do it back in my day. This is how it's done now. Excuse me. As I said earlier on, when it comes to work, what exactly is it that when your employer, asks you certain questions, the way that your employer asks that question, how will you answer it? Are you in that mind space to be able to answer, certain questions in the appropriate manner? Will you be able to impress the person standing or sitting in front of you, with your
Apologies, everyone. Over One Global Securities, I think you have muted your mic.
We lost him. Ambassador Bosadeko just came in right now. You're welcome, man. We've been talking about digital literacy, my surgeon of the day. Our time is fast spent, and we want to be wrapping up right now so that we can move on. Thank you very much for coming by. Acknowledge you, Ambassador Abosadeko. Thanks for joining, though it's late, and we ramping up. Thank you, Sparky Dennis, Sparky Titi Lyos, Sparky Coyote, Sparky Pastor Shell, plus student Susan, Sparky Brian, Sparky Philip, Sparky Itan. Thank you very much. And you can actually drop your comment, your submission on the message box on this Mind Surgery Revolution. And you can actually post on your own personal timeline on other social media platforms and said, this is my takeaway from the Mind Surgery Revolution of the Global Cluster this morning concerning what the mind surgeon discussed today. So we can actually put that in place. We can actually talk about that. So having said that, I will want to draw the curtain here today, and I want to say to everyone, the Global Cluster is the first nation building social media platform on earth, and it's proudly Nigeria, proudly Africa to the world. And our mantra is MAGA, make Africa great again. And in every nation, we have a unique mantra. And what are these unique mantra? For instance, in Nigeria, it's make Africa and Nigeria great again. In Kenya, it's make Africa and Kenya great again. In Ghana, it's make Africa and Ghana great again. In Ivory Coast, it's make Africa and Ivory Coast great again. The African comes first because this is what binds all of us together before our nation. And Africa will not be built by wishful thinking. It will be built by intentional, Africans. And we are all here. We are all Africans there. And great thanks to our patron, which is clustering Dr. Carrie Gustin, for all that he has been doing and is still doing, to make sure that we take this movement from where it is to where it ought to be. Having said that, great shout out to the 001 Mind Surgery Revolution of the Global Cluster in the person of Ambassador Dr. Michelle Uko. Is unavoidably absent today. This is something very important we discussed yesterday. Having said that, I want to say this. I want to say, okay, who are we? We are a consortium of professionals or aspiring professionals, technocrats or aspiring technocrats, entrepreneurs or aspiring entrepreneurs, where we share accurate knowledge of our industry. Why? Because it gives us the right power, accurate information, because that is the bridge between where we are and where we ought to be. Accurate connection, because to whom we are connected to determines what we collect. We are not just a social media platform with a marketplace with the best monetization on earth. We are the first nation building social media platform on earth. And our major intention is to use this platform to mine and produce quality and accurate professionals, quality and accurate technocrats, quality and accurate entrepreneurs for nation building. So to join us is free. We are on the Spark Hub, and We have taken it to cognizance about people joining the meeting, and we are upgrading the Spark Hub in such a way that you just need to click a link and you jump into the meeting. We are currently working on that, on the upgrade. And tonight, by 5 p.m. West African time, 7 p.m. East African time, we'll be talking about the survival strategies in the new normal. And you can go to the hubs and join the hub freely by 5 p.m. West African time and by 7 p.m. East African time. Let us all join the survival strategies. Please come and share what you know that people can use to survive in this current time. We are still in post-COVID, and people are looking for ways and how they can survive. Please come and share it with us so that we can all learn. So having said that, I want to say have a fruitful day, and make sure you share your own opinion with your friends and partners and your colleague in all your social media platforms concerning today's Mind Surgery Revolution. Bye for now.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you, everyone. Bye.
Bye, and thank you very much.
Thank you, everyone. Bye.
Thank you very much. Bye, everyone.